I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him.
All right, guys, we have another video here. I have been waiting for this. As you may know, Bill Maher was invited to the White House for a private dinner with President Trump. And this was possible because of Kid Rock, who sort of bridged the gap between Trump and Bill Maher. We had gotten information from Kid Rock about the meeting, and it was more of a teaser, so I was fascinated to see the experience in Maher's perspective. So let's get to it.
12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
This actually lines up with Kid Rock's account. It's funny just seeing this brought up, signing the list is like Trump validating the stuff he said to him throughout the years. I am pretty sure Maher is going to put that in a frame and hang it in a wall, or maybe put it on top of his desk or something. I'm pretty sure of it.
Which he did with good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. So no, I didn't go MAGA. And to the president's credit, there was no pressure to. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to, the blowjob room, okay? That's where they keep the merch now. And he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house. But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't? My friend said to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that.
I feel the same way about this as well. When I saw Zelensky, I always wondered, why isn't he dressed for the occasion? It just makes no sense. It's kind of disrespectful, especially considering he's there to secure support with the United States. If you get invited to the White House to meet the president, you betcha you should dress to impress and respect. Good for Bill taking this with grace, respect, and gratitude to be invited to the White House, considering he's never been invited to the White House by the past administrations. So I'm kind of actually surprised that he's taking this to an account and seeing this as something that is precious or at least important for him.
Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake. Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank you for them. Example, in the Oval Office, he was showing me the portraits of presidents, and he pointed to Reagan and said, in all seriousness, you know, the best thing about him, his hair. I said, well, there was also that whole bringing down communism thing, waiting for the button next to the Diet Coke button to get pushed and I go through the trap door. But no, he laughed, he got it. I said to him at one point, Mr. President, you know the dog, that's unusual in the White House. He said, well, a lot of the presidents, they had a dog for political reasons. I said, no, people love dogs, that's what that is. Oh yeah, okay, that's true. At one point, we were walking through his amazing, it is an amazing tour of the whole house. And I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it must have been something with the 2020 election, because I know he used the word lost. And I distinctly remember saying, wow, I never thought I'd hear you say that. He didn't get mad. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage.
Yes, I can only imagine meeting him in person, and he's graceful to a guest. It only makes sense that you get a different Trump in a personal meeting versus Trump to the world, where you have to be presidential. And also, to Bill Maher's point, you will get genuine attention and responses as if you're actually engaged in a conversation. Wild, isn't it? Anyone who has animus for the president usually has never got to know or meet and have a conversation with Trump. I think anyone who's got the privilege to meet President Trump has experienced some sort of transformative moment, and their perspectives change, hopefully for the better, but something changes. So there's that.
I'm just taking it as a positive that this person exists, because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you're going to have to cut him off. He'll just go on. Not at all. And he mostly steered the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know. Your mind is blown. So's mine. There were so many moments when I hit him with a joke or contradicted something, and no problem. At dinner, he was asking me about the nuclear situation in Iran in a very genuine, hey, I think you're a smart guy, I want your opinion sort of way. And I said, well, obviously you're privy to things about it, I'm not, but for what it's worth, I thought the Obama deal was worth letting play out because we made Iran destroy 98% of the uranium, and they were 15 years away from a bomb. And then I said to him, but we got rid of that. You got rid of that. He didn't get mad or call me a left-wing lunatic. He took it in. But that I had supported him in the idea that Gaza could be Dubai instead of hell. I told him he was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes. Moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far. Biological men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Europe should pay for their defense. That Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia took none. He said to me, you're right, they took none.
It's just shocking to see him having recount of the conversation he has with Trump and meet eye to eye on things they agree with. What we need is more people like Bill here, who's willing to at least have conversations and not dismiss someone just because you disagree with each other. I mean, don't get it wrong, though. As much as Maher likes to think he's central-leaning, which he kind of is, but he does have views that makes him veer more to the left in a not so good way, you know?
I said, well, you should remind your boyfriend in Saudi Arabia that the next time you see him. He laughed. I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump. That's just how it went down. Make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of why the Democrats are so unpopular these days. He was even okay when I checked him on the orangutan lawsuit. He said to Dana White, you know, Bill said my father was an orangutan, and I really love my father. And I said, well, Mr. President, I did that because I didn't like what you were doing regarding Obama's birth origins. I thought that was low. Again, no anger, just a little smile as if to say, yeah, I get it.
If you guys can hit that subscribe button, it really helps a lot. Now let's get back to the video.
A crazy person doesn't live in the White House. A person who plays a crazy person on TV a lot lives there. Because I don't have a good feeling and will be critical about a lot of what he's doing, the trade war and disappearing people.
Disappearing people? Well, I mean, deportation as a word is not that much of a taboo or something that's something that you shouldn't say. You know, it's one of those things that needs to be done. And he won because of this as well. United States is a country of laws, and you can't have people coming in illegally, and a nation can't run without law and order. Also, again, tariffs are necessary to bring to countries to the table to make better deals and to realign and reset imbalance of trade deals, which the USA has had for many years. It's just crazy, really, to think about it.
That he'd seen our last episode, which was the Friday before this dinner. And he said, I thought maybe you'd be nice, but you hit me really hard. I did, because I'm not going to pull my punches that presidents get to propose a third term for themselves. He understood that, and without animus. So MAGA fans, don't worry. Your boy gave me nothing. Just hats. Hats and a very generous amount of time and a willingness to listen and accept me as a possible friend, even though I'm not MAGA, which was the point of the dinner. And he said, you know, I've heard from a lot of people who really like that we're having this dinner. Not all, but a lot. And I said, same. A lot of people told me they loved it, but not all. And we agreed. The people who don't even want us to talk, we don't like you. Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know, and I can't answer, and it's not my place to answer. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Wow. It's so surreal hearing so many positive things from Bill Maher about Trump. This was refreshing. So what did you guys think of the meeting? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next videos, guys. Later.